about it. You guys know I don't like to gossip, and it's really none of my business. But, if she wants to reveal her, oops, sorry, who am I not to add my 2 cents? So come on in, hit that like button when you come on in. Replay gang, join the conversation, leave your comments behind, say hello, stop by, and let me know that you stopped by. Well, or whatever. How is everybody doing on this beautiful Wednesday? Summer ends this Saturday. You guys already know I'm having my pajama jammy jam this Saturday. It starts 6 p.m. Pacific time and it goes until whenever. However long the party goes, is however long it goes. But today we're going to be talking about Cardi B and her pending arrival of her fourth bundle of joy. How do we feel about that as she gets ready to release her fourth album? It's called Am I the Drama? And a Miss Tour tour dates being released. She just released that she will be touring 30 North American cities, and she starts tour in February. Now, she was on Gayle King's show when or being interviewed by Gayle King when she revealed that she is pregnant with her fourth child. And Gayle asked, well, when is the baby due, if you don't mind letting us know? I mean, are you going to buy tickets still now that you know that she's about to drop? And she was kind of vague. She said, well, I'll be having the baby before my tour starts. So when Gil asked her, is she having the baby this year? She said, I'll have the baby before the tour starts. So that can mean January. So are you saying that you're going to start a new tour, a 30 city tour with a brand new baby? Like, what are you going to do with that baby? And dad, he's Stephon Diggs, who, by the way, the streets say just had 2 babies this year and possibly a third. Cardi is possibly the fourth woman to drop one of Stephon's children this year. I mean, I thought the whole point of divorcing Offset was to heal your broken heart, mend, and be a mother to your children and go off with your career and off unto greener pastures. Okay, as a mom, I'm judging. I'm definitely judging. Um, I know we all make mistakes, but Cardi, now if this was Summer Walker, if this was Krishan, let's just keep it real. If this was a black girl having dropping babies back to back like this and dropping babies by new men before her marriage was divorce was finally before the divorce, the ink on the divorce is dry, people would have all kinds of things to say to a black woman if a black woman did this. Uh, so many people talked about Halle Bailey for getting pregnant when her movie was coming out, when she was just about, her star was slowly beginning to rise, right? So many people talked about her, but oh, this is Cardi's business. Cardi is rich. Cardi can do this. Women cannot do it all. No human can do it all. No mother cannot do it all. Let's just keep it real. I'm a mom. I know what it is to work after having children. I know the difference between being home with my child. My first and second child, I wasn't working. I was in school. I had my first child when I was very young. My second daughter years later. Um, but I got to spend those first years with both of them and be home with them and nourish them and guide them. My last 3 children, I would say my third and fourth, I went back to work right away because I had to. And it was hard for me to go back to work after giving birth. Your postpartum, right? I didn't have postpartum depression, thank the Lord. And I did have a big family to help. Um, my children's father was there to help. My mother was there to help. I had siblings who were there to help. they have family there, but they didn't have me there. And my second daughter, even though she was like 5 or 6 when I started my career 20 years ago, she says, "Well, Mom, I just remember you working all the time." And I'm like, "Girl, like I would drop you off to school, and I wasn't home at home from. I started work probably in the afternoon, but I would be home in the evening when she was already asleep. But I would be there when she woke up in the morning, and I would help with homework, get her ready for school, pack her snacks, all of that. But then I went on to work like 2.5 days. I would be gone for 2.5 days every week, but I would be home 4.5 days as well. But my child just felt like I was gone all the time. Um, Ti and Tiny's daughter, Zanique, has said that she didn't like being left home with grandma when Tiny would go off on the road with Ti. She says she forgives her mother and she doesn't have any, she doesn't have any issues with her mom, but she said it did really affect her not having her mother there when she needed her. She felt abandoned and rejected because her mother would leave she and her younger siblings with grandmother. Obviously, grandmother was taking care of them, but she was gone. She was on the road, right? So weigh in on that. How do you feel about that? About celebs who are mothers. And yes, lots of mothers work, and yes, they can afford nannies, and yes, they can afford to pay family members, but still, what about the kids who are getting left behind? Even TDJ's daughter, Sarah. Here he is, this pastor of a mega church. She has her mother who's also there with her, but she was still pregnant at 13. So I think that and she said on the in the during the interview with Gail that I'm a strong woman. I come from women who don't let anything stop them. A pregnancy isn't anything. A baby should stop you. It should stop you right in your tracks. A baby needs you at least for that first 6 weeks to be there for them. How are you going to be there for your infant if you're on the road touring? You have to practice mic checks. You'll be going from city to city. The road is no place for a baby. I've heard all the celebs say that the road is no place for a child. So what's going to make you and your child different, Cardi? That doesn't seem like good mothering skills. And people say, well, she's a good mother. But when Cardi had her last child, Blossom wasn't even 3 weeks old when she left and went to Paris Fashion Week. And she was gone for a couple of weeks from her new child. I wonder physically, how could she do that? How could she have a flight overseas and be out and about? Even when I was younger and I was having children, I wasn't up to getting out and doing all that stuff. I wanted to be home with my children. I wanted to lay around the house and convalesce and allow my uterus to, because your uterus is this big, like this big, right? Your uterus is this big. When you have a baby, it gets this big to accommodate your pregnancy, right? So your uterus has to shrink back to this size, and your hormone levels have to readjust, right? And your baby is learning to feed outside of the womb, is learning to, okay, this is mom who takes care of me. How is all that going to happen if you're on the road? I got to fly in my house. I have my front door open. I just don't understand that. Like, why would you? I don't know. Like I said, I'm judging, and I'm judging more so on the behalf of the child, right? I'm not really judging Cardi's antics. I'm just speaking out loud about what I feel a child should have in the first few months of their life. I understand some mothers work. I understand that you got to get back out there, but there's a reason for that 6 week period that you need to stay home with your child and readjust and get things back together. There's a reason why women are fighting to be able to have more time home with their children. There's a reason for that. You have to bond with your child. And why have a baby if you're just going to get up and leave it? That's what I want to know. I mean, tour schmore. And if I'm one of Cardi's fans, I'm not buying a ticket. I'm not condoning this type of behavior from a mother. That's number one. Number two, this is your fourth child, Cardi. You're getting older, and although you feel like you can get back in shape and you can bounce back, you are still having your fourth child. Your body has to heal. So you get out there and you start bouncing and jumping. You're touring from city to city. What if you don't make it to my city? I'm in Cali. Cardi started off in Cali. What if she's not quite ready when the tour starts? What if anything can go wrong during your delivery? And I pray that it does. And I pray that you deliver a beautiful, happy, healthy baby, bundle of joy. And I pray that the child is as gorgeous as your other children. And I also pray that you are well, that once you deliver your child, I pray that you are nothing but in perfect bliss. I pray that God is in that delivery room with you and that he keeps you. And well, there are no buts and nor ands. I pray that Cardi does just fine. I even pray that her tour does just fine. And I pray that whoever is keeping her children keeps them and has good intentions for them. I pray nothing but good things for her all around, because no matter how I feel about this, the truth is there have been mothers who had no choice. They've literally had to give birth to a child and be right back to work within days because they didn't have any benefits to cover their time off. And they had to feed their children. They had to pay rent or bills. It was Jordan Sparks who, I think she had her child one day, and like 3 days later, she was on the red carpet for a movie. And I was like, girl, I don't think she's been out working since. Like, girl, your womb is still open. These girls are new breed.